morning of the 25th, Captain Lambert said we needed to take our squad, which was just a few guys. We might have had 12, 15 at that time. We climbed up the top of a big old mountain. It was really hard climbing because you had your flight jacket on, you had your hard help, had my radio, and when we got to the top of the hill, there was like a pool of water up there, and I thought, man, that's pretty. And then all of a sudden I looked down and I could see a Vietnamese body down at the bottom of that pool of water. And that was a civilian though. So they decided that we'd march on over the top of the hill, see if we could find the location of the snipers. Well, the first thing I knew, I started getting a lot of gunfire, and the first three guys ran down the hill, and everybody followed them down the hill. And when we got down, a lot of fire going on. We spread out in 3 bomb craters at the foot of that hill. And our Lieutenant Barber, just a nice young guy. He'd been at Fort Benning, and he just a nice young guy. He was like the third, second lieutenant I'd had in that point of time. They got hurt all the time. I still don't know this day why, other than he just, felt like that's what he's supposed to do. He went right back up to where that boy had been. And I heard an AK-47 crack again, and it shot him right there. And he fell down in the bottom of that crater, right at my feet. And blood would just shoot out 4 or 5 feet every time his heart beat, clutching him, clawing in his, and he was dead in about 30 seconds. And then they started rolling hand grenades in our bomb crater. And we threw a couple of them out, but the 4th one and the 5th one went off, and I still hadn't got hurt, but men were screaming. And then when the 5th one came in there, it was rolling right at me, and I jumped up and I ran to the other side of the crater, trying to get away from it. And when it exploded, it caught me all the way from my tibias all the way up to my shoulders. If it hadn't been for that flight jacket that I had on, I'm sure it would have killed me because it caught a lot of shrapnel. But once that happened, I said, boys, we got to move out of here. And we jumped and moved over, and it started to get dark. And after I ran on that leg, I'd fractured my fibula when it hit me. And I thought, boy, the thing hurts bad. And of course I was thinking, we're going to die right here. And I was praying. We laid out there hours, and probably at, 1 or 2 o'clock in the night, we heard some gunfire and a hand grenade or 2 go off. And this guy right here, Mike Sprayberry, he was from Huntsville, Alabama, a little farm boy. He led a group of volunteers to come in, and Mike killed 2 Vietnamese soldiers coming in. They were NBA regulars we were attached to. And then the people came in, and carried me out on a stretcher, and carried out all the people that were still alive. Captain Lambert, he was shot in both legs. His radio operator was dead. 2 people in my squad that weren't wounded. And they got us out of there, and they saved our lives. And Mike Sprayberry, I didn't even know who he was until a few years ago. Mike told me, he said, I said, Mike, I don't think they killed us because they didn't know how bad hurt we were. And he said, no, Frank, he said, that's not what it was. They knew where you were at. They could see down on where you were at, those craters on this hill, on this side, or this side. They could see any part of it. He said, they left you in there hoping that more American soldiers would come in there so they could kill them when they killed you. And he said that if we hadn't got you out that night, they would just killed you the next morning. And so that was the wound.